the National Assembly, where lawmakers are holding an investigative hearing on the allegations leveled against the former chairman of the Presidential Pension Task Team, Abdurrashid Maina.
You've been watching a live Channels television event.
Accountant General of the Federation, Auditor General of the Federation, the Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, the Controller General of Immigration Services. The committee expects that stakeholders mentioned above will speak to their memoranda areas submitted and specifically narrow themselves to the matter in question. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I once again welcome you to the second sitting of this investigative hearing. Thank you. I will, before we start giving our testimonies, ask my honorable colleagues to please introduce themselves, starting from my far right, Honorable Boma.
A very lovely morning, Mr. Chairman, my honorable colleagues, our invited guests. I'm Honorable Boma Gude, representing Akokotora Saritoro Federal Constituency. I'm from Rivers State.
Mr. Chairman, our guests, I am Honorable Muhammad Musa Soba. I represent Soba Federal Constituency. I'm from Kaduna State.
Chairman, honorable colleagues, invited guests, Honorable Jagaba, Adams Jagaba is my name, Kaduna.
Chairman, my dear colleagues, Kingsley Chinda, I represent Tobe Abo Federal Constituency. I'm an Ikwere man, I'm from River State. Welcome.
Mr. Chairman, my very honorable colleagues and our august guests, I am Mark Tese Gbila. I represent Gwe East, Gwe West Federal Constituency of Benue State. Good morning.
Mr. Chairman, my highly esteemed colleagues, I am Sejus Ose Ogun. I represent Esan Southeast, Esan Northeast, and I am from Edo State.
Mr. Chair, distinguished honorable colleagues, our august visitors, I remain Dr. Abubakar Yunus Ahmed, representing Yamal Tudeba Federal Constituency of Gombe State. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Ayo Omidino, member representing the people of Ayeda Ade, Iriwole, Ishoko Federal Constituency. I'm from the state of Osun.
Our invited guests, my honorable colleagues, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aliyu Sani Madaki. I represent the Ala Federal Constituency and I'm from Kano State. I think we will go straight to our expecting submission, presentation by our invited guest, and we are going to start with the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior. Permanent Secretary, you have the floor, please.
No, I said I went to a farm. I, Abubakar Magaji, do solemnly swear, do affirm that the evidence I shall give in this investigative hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Oh, sorry. Sorry, sir. I, Abubakar Magaji, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Interior, do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give in this investigative hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Give me the pen. I keep swearing. Oh. Okay. She affirms it. Thank you. Today's date is 30th. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, honorable members, good morning. Mr. Chairman, when the process of reinstated of Maina as Deputy Director in Federal Service started and ended, I was not in the ministry as Permanent Secretary. But from the records I have, I met when I took over in July as Permanent Secretary, is what I will want to use to present what the ministry actually did, what the ministry played in the restatement of Maina. From the record, Mr. Chairman, the ministry conducted senior staff committee meeting for reinstatement of Maina after receiving a letter from the Office of the Head of Service to reconsider the earlier position taken by the ministry in dismissing Maina for reinstatement. That meeting held in the ministry with the presence of the representative of the Head of Service and the Federal Civil Service Commissioner, which without any one of them, that meeting will have been null and void. When the meeting took decision to reinstate Maina, the copy of that minutes of the meeting and the report was sent to the Office of the Head of Service for further necessary action. And that action, as civil servant, we expected that a meeting of Federal Service Management Committee will meet and look at the presentation of Ministry of Interior Senior Staff Committee, disagree or agree before they send to Federal Civil Service Commission for further necessary action. That is all what I know, sir. The meeting that reinstated Maina was initiated, directed by us to conduct by the Office of the Head of Service, and that was the report I made with all signatories of the participants of that meeting, the directors that participated, and the report and the minutes was all sent for the consideration of Office of the Head of Service. Thank you very much, sir.
Permanent Secretary, are you now telling this committee that all you did in the Ministry of Interior to reinstate Maina was under the direction of the Head of Service of the Federation? Is that what you are telling this committee?
The process, if I can draw us back, when Maina was to be dismissed, he was dismissed because the Federal Ministry of Interior also conducted a senior staff management meeting, recommended his dismissal to Office of the Head of Service, who then considered that recommendation and sent to the Office of the, the Federal Civil Service Commission. So this senior service committee meeting couldn't have been held without the directives of the Head of Service, which I have a letter here, which initiated and directed senior staff committee of Federal Ministry of Interior to conduct that meeting, consider their earlier position in dismissing Maina to reinstate him as a civil servant, which they did, and a report was sent accordingly.
Are you talking of Federal Civil Service Commission or Head of the Civil Service?
The Federal Civil Service Commission cannot direct the ministry to hold any SSC. Nobody has that power to direct the ministry to conduct SSC meeting to consider dismissal, reinstatement of anything in respect of any civil servant if that officer is a senior officer, which I mean assistant director and above, which we call directorate cadre. So any meeting that is to be conducted that is not initiated within the ministry, the head of service has to direct that meeting. That was why when Maina was going to be dismissed, the then head of service directed Ministry of Interior to conduct senior staff meeting of considering dismissing Maina for absconding to duty. And that decision was the decision used to dismiss Maina. And the same procedures were followed when Maina was asked to be considered for reinstatement.